wala pa rin natatanggap ang aking pong local COMELEC nationwide doon po sa mga 1,800 municipalities and cities na nag-withdraw ng kanilang signatures. Simply because nga siguro nga po dahil na i-announce kahapon na suspended naman ang lahat ng proseso. So again, in answer to your query, Madam Chair, Your Honors, wala po kami natatanggap na kahit ano.
Since nabanggit niyo rin po, Mr. Chairman, ng mga nakaraang araw, di ba, may mga pronouncement kayo na bawal po yung panunukol in exchange for the signature. Since wala kayong natatanggap na complaint, wala ko ba kayong ginawang pag-iimbestiga sa mga field offices niyo po?
Madam Chair, kapag po tinignan natin mga umiira ng mga panakalan, kahit po ang Omnibus Election Code na under Republic Act 6735 ay suppletory in character, ibig sabihin, pwedeng gamitin namin. Alam niyo po, sa punto ng signature gathering, wala pa pong jurisdiction ng COMELEC. Doon po sa issue ng panunuhol o paggamit ng pondo, wala po kami jurisdiction. Hindi po siya ma-relate kahit anong stretch ng aming imagination. Yun nga po yung pilit namin sinusubukan na magawa ng paraan. Kasi yung po issue ng sinasabi ng vote buying, papasok lang po kasi ang vote buying, Madam Chair, Honors, kapag po election period. Yan po yung jurisdiction ng COMELEC. And therefore, when it comes to misuse of public funds in relation to signature buying, COMELEC po ay walang jurisdiction. The most po, magkakaroon kami ng jurisdiction kapag naandun na kami sa level ng verification. Pag pine-verify na namin, ang signatures din pa, tsaka kung kami mag-entertain na si A, si B, si C, ang buong barangay na ito, pinuhanan ng signatures, pinili ang kanilang mga firma. Pwede po namin ma-entertain. Pero nga po, hanggang ngayon, the COMELEC does not have jurisdiction yet. Even at the time of the suspension of all proceedings, wala pa po kami jurisdiction. Kaya nga po, siguro po for purposes of legislation, yan po yung dapat maisama kung talagang re-reviewin po natin yung Republic 6725. Kasi po the COMELEC cannot punish an act as criminal. The COMELEC po does not have the authority to define a crime. Meron po tayong prinsipyo sa batas, yung krimen, yung pinasinilig. There's no crime if there is no law punishing it. So how can we, the COMELEC, punish or even charge somebody violating something or performing an act which to us, under common understanding, is illegal or immoral kung hindi po siya punishable. Siguro po under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, but not under the Omnibus Election Code.
Marami akong listahan dito kung ano-anong pwedeng ipataw ng parusa na kahit sinasabi din yun na wala sa batas, napakarami po nito. Andito yung mga iba't ibang anti-graft, yung revised penal code, ang 2020, may technical malversation po, may corruption of public officials, Section 4, andito yung Code of Ethical Conduct natin, yung admin problems, ang dami po rito, tapos yung direct bribery, lahat yan pwede, di ba? So, hindi pwedeng maghugas kamay. Talagang meron pa na pwede yung
we fully agree with the list as mentioned as far as violation of 3019, Republic Act 6713, even the Administrative Code of the Philippines. Pero yung pong violation sa Omnibus Election Code ay unfortunately wala po.
Tama. Nagkakaintindihan din tayo dyan, pero hindi pwede maghugas kamay na walang ipataw na parusa sa mga gumawa nito. Si Senator Lisa lang po.
Salamat, Madam Chair. One last follow-up question kay Attorney Chel Jong, related dun sa line of questioning ng Chair. Bukod sa mga batas na nabanggit na ng Chair, Attorney Chel, bilang criminal lawyer, ano pa ba mga kaso ang pwede ihain sa mga tao na patunayang ginamit, inabuso ng public authority o funds para sa isang huwad ng People's Initiative?
Thank you, Madam Chair and Your Honor. Kung if the public funds were used for another purpose other than what they were intended for, yan po ay papasok sa malversation. Kung sa anti-graft naman, maaari din yan kasi meron na pagbabawal doon to induce another public officer to commit any violation of rules and regulations or the law. So yun po yung dalawa. Nandiyan din po yung RA 6713, Code of Conduct. Even the Ease of Doing Business Act actually has a penal clause that prohibits the giving of governments. So marami po talaga pwedeng kaso ang isang
Salamat, Attorney Chair. Nagyaman ako, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, and I think we'll have to wind down, but a quick word from Congressman Marcoleta. We have session at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wish to take advantage of the presence of our distinguished former associate justices of the Supreme Court, and in particular, they say that the amended, the recommended amendment to the Constitution by the People's Initiative is it's more of a revision than an amendment, citing that it will violate section or Article 6 of the Philippine Constitution. Madam Chair, the way this is my personal opinion. When we call for the congressional or the constituent assembly, it's the first move to amend the Constitution or revise the Constitution. It says, amendment to or revision of this Constitution may be proposed by 1. The Congress upon 3/4 vote of all its members. So I proceed from that. When the Constitution simply say of all the members of Congress, it takes the totality of the members of the House of Representatives and then the Senate. Paano po yun, Justice Ascuna or Justice Carpio? Sabi po ninyo, if for example, members of the Senate would not agree, kunwari po, inimbitahan namin sila that they did not go there, or probably 2 or 3 only of them came in, so hindi po represented ang Constituent Assembly. So there will be no time at all that we will be utilize that particular mode of amending the Constitution by simply for the Senate to refuse to go with us and meet with us as a Constituent Assembly. Wala pong mangyayari at yung pong napakahalagang provision may tinakda ng gumawa ng saligang batas para susugin ang saligang batas ay hindi po mangyayari kahit kailan. The House of Representatives will be at the mercy of the Senate. Kasi sasabihin lang po nila, wala po kami 3/4, sir. I'm sorry. And this has been the case. I have been long enough in Congress to see that our invitations were not even responded to. Wala pong mangyayari. Sorry, without due respect, all the invitations. RDH1, RDH2, whatever RDH. Wala pong mangyayari. But siguro po, sa akin lang pala yan. Pag sinabi niya, 3/4 of all the members of Congress, we get the totality of the members. Halimbawa po, ngayon po 309 ang members ng House of Representatives. There are 24 members of the Senate. We have 333, 3/4 of that is 249, I think. So sabi po ng ating mga kaibigan sa Senate, matatayos naman kami. Tama naman po yun. 300 po kami, 24 sila. But that is the simple language of the Constitution. Yun po yung sinabi. Talaga naman pong yung 300 ay lululuwing ng isang timbang tubig. Mr. Justice. So kailan po mangyayari talaga? It will not even be in the foreseeable future. Maybe we will wait for all eternity para lang po mapapayag namin mga kaibigan from the Senate to meet with us. Mag-uusap lamang po kami, hindi po mangyayari. Just the invitation. Wala pong mangyayari. Para pag-usapan namin whether we will both separately or jointly. But in my own personal opinion, kasi po, hindi po kami gagawa ng batas. When we join ourselves as a constituent assembly, we are not making legislative function. We're doing legislative function. In the same manner, in Section 18, Article 7, kapag ka po i-revoke natin ang proclamation ng martial law, sabi po ng article, Congress voting jointly by a vote of at least a majority of all its members. Ganun din po pagkakasabi. Why? Wala pong legislation involved. When we propose an amendment to the Constitution, there's simply a member of the Constituent Assembly. Kaya nga po i-ratify po ng ating mga bayan through a plebiscite. In Section 19, last paragraph of Article 7, sinabi, when the President shall have the power to grant amnesty with the consensus of a majority of all the members of Congress. That is not legislative. Kaya po pwede po yung joint. Nangyayari lang po yung bicameral. Pagkagawa po kami ng taas. Tama po yung sinabi, Majority Leader Joel Villanueva. Magpapalit po kami ng kalye. Legislation po yun. So magbabicam po yun. In this case, we're not doing legislative function. We're simply proposing an amendment to the Constitution. That is a constituent power. Ginagamit po namin at is not legislative. Ang totoo po nun, ang mag-a-approve naman po ng aming proposal, yun po magmamayin natin. Siguro po, Madam Chair, it is a respectful request for everybody to consider na wala naman po yung separate voting talaga. Kasi po, ang totoo niyan, yung gumawa po ng saligang batas, Madam Chair, kung gusto po niyang i-distinguish, sa nalaman po, sabi po nila, katulad po nung Section 11, last paragraph, Article 7, kung gusto po nung gumawa ng saligang batas na i-distinguish talaga, joint voting, joint assembly, ganit po sinasabi. Section 11, last paragraph, Article 7. Congress determines by 2/3 vote of both houses voting separately. Tingnan po rin yun. Of both houses voting separately that the President is unable to discharge the powers of his duty. Dinidistingue po eh. Section 9, Article 7. In case of a vacancy in the office of the Vice President, the President's nominee from the Senate or House of Representatives shall assume office upon confirmation of a majority vote of all the members, both of both houses, voting separately. So, Madam Chair, may pagkakataon po sa buhay na natin sa liging batas, kung minsan sasabihin niya na, i-distingue niya, voting jointly, or in joint assembly, voting separately. But in this case po, napansin ko, pagka po hindi tayo gumagawa ng batas, if we are not in a legislative work, ang sinasabi po ng gumawa ng saligang batas, the simple totality of all the members of Congress. Kaya tingin ko po doon, joint voting. Salamat po, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat, Congressman Marcoleta. Mamadali po tayo dahil may session pa kami ng alas 3. Pero hinihirit yata kay sa ating mga justices, kung may maidadagdag po kayo, si Justice Tony Carpenter, ang taas po ng kamay, perhaps you can enlighten us on what actually was envisioned by both the framers of the Constitution as well as the ponentes of the relevant cases. Justice Carpenter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Constitution expressly provides that Congress shall consist of the House of Representatives and the Senate. It does not say that Congress, when performing legislative functions, shall consist of the House and Senate. So, Congress is composed of the Senate and the House, regardless of what they do. When they're performing legislative function or approving the declaration of martial or doing other things. But in the declaration of martial law, they have to meet, but the politicians voting jointly. It's the only instance in the Constitution that you can find the phrase voting jointly. In other words, this is an exceptional case. That's why if you add voting jointly in another provision, that is an exceptional case. That departs from the general rule that the Congress shall be composed of the House and the Senate. Both, and when they are in one chamber cannot act without the approval of the other. You cannot even pass a law renaming a national road if it is an act of the House alone. You cannot pass an ordinary law without both chambers approving. And the Constitution is the highest law of the land. You cannot just say the Speaker alone shall convene the Constituent Assembly and you need only 255 votes that will all come from the House. And you can disregard the 24 votes of the Senate. That is an exceptional departure. That is a revision. So you cannot do that in a people's initiative. You can do that in a con or a con-us. I want to emphasize again, the Constitution is the highest law of the land. If you pass an ordinary law, both chambers must approve. And therefore, when you amend the highest law of the land, subject to ratification, you must also both approve. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, I made a qualification
I'm
that,
sorry, but I think we're short for
mas
time.
ginawa ni lang, Madam Chair, because you know, this is very, very important. Ang sinabi ko
Yes,
po kanina,
first
kinakwalify ko.
but may I thank Justice Carpio for coming to the Senate
Yes, ma'am.
and enlightening us with his extraordinary perspective and participation in all that back in our history. So, yes, Congressman Marcoleta, we have session.
I made a qualification, Madam Chair, na kapag ang Congress po ay nagsanib para sa Constituent Assembly, hindi po kami gagawa ng batas.
Okay.
Wala po yun. Tingnan po ninyo, Justice Carpio, Section 3, Article 11. The House of Representatives shall have the exclusive power to initiate all the case of impeachment. Hindi bicameral po yun, kanila lamang po yun. Yung constitutional, yung commission on appointments, this is an independent body enshrined in the Constitution. Hindi po ang gawain namin po doon ay gumawa ng batas. We are there to evaluate and test the competence and the merits of the appointees of the President. Wala po kami ginagawang batas doon. That is why doon po voting jointly kami. And we are members of a constituent body. As nasabi po rin CA, hindi po ba? Pagka po nagkaroon ng trial sa Senate, pagka po yung impeachment, hindi po kami, ang Senate lang po is the sole trial. Nakalagay din po sa Constitution, that is not even by camera. When a treaty or international agreement shall be valid and effective if concurred in by at least two-thirds of all the members of the Senate. Hindi po kami kasali doon. That is not bicameral.
Thank you po. I think I have to terminate the hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
We
Thank
have
you very
only
much.
one room, and this is the session hall. So unfortunately, we'll have to wind this down. I guarantee you, there will be other hearings, and you will be duly invited. For the representatives from the other groups, we can invite you at the next hearing. I'm so sorry we have not been able to accommodate all those from the SWD, DOH, DOLE, who were very well prepared to testify. I thank Irma for coming over. We thank the legal luminaries who graced us with their presence, and certainly the full force of the COMELEC that's represented here.
Madam
Is
Chair.
very welcome. Yes, Senator.
One last request, Madam
And
Chair.
Majority Leader.
If the chair can also invite on behalf of the committee, Christian Monsod, also a framer of the 1987 Constitution and a former COMELEC chair, to the next hearing, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Just a very quick reaction.
Senator Boyd back. Okay, Majority Leader, please.
Thank you. I just can't help but make a short comment, Madam Chair, because I was listening to a press conference that is now going on with the other house, and some of our counterparts were saying that we should not be doing or conducting this investigation, which I would feel is proper, Mr. President, Madam Chair. I think it should be noted that a lot of government funds were used, a lot of videos and even recordings, text messages, etc. Yung nakita natin. Sana lahat po tayo on board dito bilang mga kawani ng pamahalaan. Maging interesado tayo kung ginagamit yung pangalan natin, ginagamit yung opisina natin. Sana maging interesado tayo doon sa katotohanan na mayroong mga instances, Madam Chair, na yung naghihirap, naghihikahos na kababayan natin, humihingi ng tulong sa gobyerno, ipagkakait yung tulong kung hindi pipirma. Makakasalukasok po yun. Kahit sinong Pilipino, hindi dapat baliwalay. That's the main reason, Madam Chair. That's why we are conducting this hearing. But on another note, because my good friend, our good friend, the brilliant lawyer from the House, Senator Congressman Marcoleta mentioned my name, I think it is clear for our people when we get elected as members of the Senate or the House of Representatives. It's very clear, Madam Chair, that we are not only being tasked to legislate laws. We are tasked even to exercise our mandate, to exercise our oversight function in ensuring the checks and balances exist. May nag-check, may nagmamatsyag, may nagbabantay sa executive, maging sa budget ng judiciary, dumadaan ho sa Kamara at dito sa Senado. Yung pagpapalit kanina ng kalye, paborito nating example yan, idinadaan sa Kamara, idinadaan sa Senado. Ito pa kayang pagpapalit ng kaluluwa ng bayan? Isang boto lang, ibig sabihin yung bumoto doon sa Batanes, na 7,000 votes lang, congressman ka na, versus ang pinakamababang senador na na-elect, 15 million votes. Pareho lang yung boto nila. Ganun ba talaga yun, yung intention of framers of our Constitution? So I just wanted to put that on record, Madam Chair, and again, appeal to our colleagues, to our counterpart, na hindi po biro itong nangyaring peking initiative na ito. Marami pong nagre-reklamo, tao ho, humihinga, naghihingi ng tulong sa gobyerno, nagdarahok, dinadanglil yung AX, pag hindi ka pumirma, hindi ka nabibigyan. We should all be united on this matter, Madam Chair, na i-reject natin ito, siguruhin panagutin kung sino man kung nasa likod dito. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat, Madjo. At ngayon, para panghuli, at narito ang ating kaibigan, Senator Rich po, kasamahan ko, sa pag-aamyenda ng economic limitations na nasa ating saligang batas through the provision of law. Senator po.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Gusto ko lang malaman din ng ating mga kababayan sapagkat ang kanilang itinutulak ay economic provisions di umano sa pagbalangkas ng pagbabago sa saligang batas. Katulong din ng House of Representatives, ang Senado ay nanguna upang ipasa ang tatlong napakahalagang mga batas na nag-aanyada ng mga provision para sa ekonomiya. Unang-una na po ang Public Service Act na napakatagal na po, lagpas 80 years old na yata yung batas na yan. Pangalawa, ang Trade Liberalization Act na pinangunahan ng ating Minority Leader. At pangatlo, ang Foreign Investments Act na pinangunahan naman ni Senator Amy. Lahat po yan ay nakatutok sa pag-amyenda ng economic provisions. Hindi naman pag-amyenda, kundi pag-clarify ng economic provisions sa ating batas. Katulad sa Public Service Act na yung liberalize na po ang mga bagay katulad ng telco, kaya pumasok ang yung SpaceX ni Elon Musk para dun sa mga malalayong lugar meron tayong service. Niliberalize din dyan ang transportation except dun sa public utility vehicles ng mga jeep. At kasama na rin dyan pati na rin yung mga trains. So kung may mag-i-invest para dito sa atin. So hindi po totoo na pagdating dito sa economic ay may problema tayo na kailangan, meron kulang, maaari, pero ito po, yung mga major ones ay nagawa na natin. Kung meron mang dapat ayusin, ay ang pagtutol ng ilan sa Supreme Court dito sa Public Service Act. Siguro pwedeng magsama ang Kongreso, Senado, at mga mamamayan na doon natin resolbahan sa Supreme Court itong ibang kakulangan sa provision ng ekonomiya. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat at nagpapasalamat ako muli sa partisipasyon ng lahat ng dumalo at asahan po ninyo, marami pa tayong tatawagin, yung Attorney Tony Abad, abangan natin pagdating sa Pilipinas, ang Change Philippines at yung mga pinanggit ng mga distrito mula sa Bukidnon at inaabangan pa rin natin kay Mr. Noel Oñate yung donors list at kalapit nun, yung iba't iba pang hiningi ng aking sa mahal mula sa COMELEC na mga papeles at dokumento na nagkakaripika ng proseso ngayon sa mga firma na naibigay na at ang gagawin sa mga petisyon na hinaharap. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, higit sa lahat sa dalawang justice po natin, Justice Carpio and Justice Astuna. Thank you, and with that, this committee hearing is hereby suspended.